Today, I'm gonna share 4 of my all-time favorite Korean stews. OMG. That's all I wanna say, and I wanna apologize in advance for making you drool. Kimchi찌개, 순두부찌개, 된장찌개, and TtukBaeGi Bulgogi. So make sure to check the description box below to watch the full recipe for each of these stews. Hi everyone, this is Helen and welcome to Modern Pepper. 안녕하세요, Modern Pepper의 헬렌입니다. Alright, so the first one is my secret way of making kimchi찌개 at home in 10 minutes, and I share all my tips to make it so good, restaurant quality good. Here we go. We need about 2 cups of extra fermented kimchi that is delicious, a 1/4 cup of kimchi juice, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1/2 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of finely ground red pepper flakes, 고운 고춧가루, 1 teaspoon of fish sauce, 멸치 액젓, 1/2 teaspoon of DoenJang. This is fermented soybean paste, and 1/2 tablespoon of 소고기다시. This is Korean beef bouillon powder. We need 1/2 of a medium-sized onion. We need 1 full scallion and 1/2 scallion, just the white part only. We also need extra firm or firm tofu. We're just gonna cut them into squares and then put it on our plate. Pork and kimchi찌개, they are a marriage made in heaven. And here I have about a little over 300 grams. Now we're gonna season our pork with a big pinch of salt and a big pinch of garlic powder, some black pepper. And then I just want you to mix it all with your hands. I'm using TtukBaeGi Korean earthenware clay pot, or you can use a medium pot that is heavy bottom. Let this preheat for about a good minute or 2 on high heat. Once your pot is preheated, we're gonna add our pork. So it has been good 2 minutes, and let's check. Oh yeah, this looks good. So with your heat remaining high, we're gonna quickly add our onions and just mix this up. After you mix that up for like good 30 seconds, then we're gonna add our onions. A minute later, your onions will start looking kind of translucent, and this is perfect. And then quickly, we're gonna add our kimchi, shin-kimchi, and our kimchi juice, kimchi liquid, and our garlic, and our sugar, brown sugar. And then I want you to lower your heat to medium now. And then I want you to mix everything up. I want you to put your lid on it. Let's take a look. Ooh. We're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of doenjang, and then our fish sauce, and then our gochugaru, and then we're gonna add 3 cups of hot water. So after you mix everything around, turn the heat back up to high. And we're just gonna let this bubble over and cook for 3 minutes without the lid on. Don't you love that sound, the bubbling sound of happiness? Ah! All right, it's been 3 minutes. All right, so now it's for our final seasoning. So I'm gonna add 1/2 tablespoon of 소고기다시, add our tofu, our dubu. And then we're gonna add our scallions as our pretty ending garnish. And that's it. Okay, so this is done. We're gonna turn up the heat and have some kimchi찌개 party at home. The second stew is SoonDuBu찌개. So it's your soft, silken tofu with this spicy broth, and then you just like take a spoonful, and then the tofu just like literally disappears in your mouth because it's just that light and delicious. Just watch. We'll be using 4 strips of bacon, and we need 1/2 of a small onion, and we need 1 thin slice of Korean radish, a 1/4 cup of the scallion, but just the root end part, the white part, and we need like 6 to 8 slices of carrots, and we just need about 1, 2, 3, 4 thin slices, and we need about 1 tablespoon of finely minced fresh garlic. Set your heat to high. So we're gonna add our bacon in first. To this, we're gonna add 1 pinch of salt, a little bit of black pepper, and about 2 minutes later, it looks like this. And to this, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of the scallion, just the root and part. And to this, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of 고운 고춧가루. Quickly, we're gonna add 2.5 cups of hot water. And to that, we're gonna add our onions, our Korean radish, and our 1 tablespoon of garlic, minced garlic. And to this, I'm gonna add 1 tea bag of our dashi mix. We're gonna put our lid on it, and then we're gonna lower our heat to medium, like that. And we're gonna let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. All right, it's been about a little over 6 minutes. All right, now we're gonna take out our dashi pack, or dashi tea bag. Okay, so here is our extra soft, we also call them silken SoonDuBu, and each packet is about 11 ounces. So we're gonna need 2 of these. Okay, just gonna add our tofu. There's another one. All right, so to this, we're gonna add our carrots. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. We're gonna add half a tablespoon of DoenJang. This is extra salty soy sauce for broth. We're gonna add that in here. All right, so we're gonna let this boil on high heat for 5 minutes, and it's almost ready. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of 소고기다시. That's beef bouillon powder. All right, so it's been boiling for 5 minutes. So we're just gonna add our zucchini or squash slices. And then our scallions right in the middle. And some green and red peppers. And then we're just gonna drizzle just a little bit of sesame oil on top like that. To add the egg or not is the question. And this is ready. Okay, so this third one is called 된장찌개, made with fermented soybean paste. It is different from your Japanese miso paste. Korean soybean paste, doenjang, just has so much depth of flavor, and it's just creamier and saltier, but with so many different notes of yumminess. So in Korean cuisine, kimchi찌개 and 된장찌개 is neck to neck when it comes to its popularity and how much of this soup is such a comfort stew. You need to make this if you love Korean food. We need the following items: a medium-sized potato cut into big chunks like so, half of a medium-sized onion, and we have Mexican squash. And we need about less than 130 grams. And here we have about 130 grams of New York strip beef. These are oyster mushrooms, and I have about less than 50 grams, 2 scallions, finely minced, and half a tablespoon of finely minced garlic. And we, of course, need to have some tofu. I'm using firm tofu, about 8 ounces. And our star ingredient, doenjang. This is fermented soybean paste. Set your heat to high and place our TtukBaeGi. And I want you to preheat this for a good 2 minutes. Once the pot has preheated, I want you to add about a little bit less than a tablespoon of oil, like so. And we're gonna add our potatoes. We're gonna add a little bit of salt, 2 pinches of salt, and some black pepper. And we're just gonna let this hang out for 1 minute. And then quickly, we're gonna add our beef. I'm gonna just mix it up. We're gonna add a little more salt to our beef. And then we're gonna add our onions and just mix it. Stir fry it for about a good minute or so. Then to our pot, we're gonna add 3 cups of hot water. Then quickly, we're gonna add our doenjang soybean paste, then our minced garlic. Make sure to gently mix it around a little bit to break up our doenjang. Then goes in our tofu. Your heat remains at high, and we're just gonna wait for this to start boiling. Now, once it starts boiling like that, oh, that looks so good already. Okay, concentrate. Set your timer to 3 minutes. 3 minutes later, we're gonna add our squash and our mushroom. Make sure to kind of gently push it down so it's submerged in the broth. And we're gonna let this run for about a minute on high heat. Okay, so this part's optional. I have a little bit of gochugaru, that's dried red pepper flakes, and I'm just literally taking a pinch and dropping it on top like that. Here I have 소고기기 다시다. This is optional. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. You're gonna add 1 teaspoon of this. Vegan friends, use 연두 instead. Mix it up a little bit. So good. You are missing out, my friend, if you've never had 된장찌개. Now at the very end, turn your heat off and we're gonna add our minced scallions on top. And this is optional. I have some sliced red peppers. You could add green or red peppers just to have a little bit of that heat that we love, and it's ready to be served. And this last one, oh, it is a gift to yourself if you love bulgogi and if you love japchae, because it combines bulgogi in this delicious, it's not really sweet, but it's not salty. It's just like this lovely broth. And then you have it with tangmen noodles, which is sweet potato starch noodles that's used to make the dish japchae that everyone loves. Gulping my mouth, gulping my mouth. To make our TtukBaeGi bulgogi, we need about 450 grams of beef ribeye slices. In a large bowl filled with cold water, we're gonna add our thinly sliced beef. And we're gonna let this soak at room temperature for 30 minutes. We also need about 100 grams of sweet potato starch noodles called 당면. Using a baking tray, fill with enough cold water so that we could soak our 당면 noodles in here like so. And 30 minutes later, you should be able to pick it up like this, and it just is completely bendy. So this is ready to go. 30 minutes later, and I want you to pour this into a strainer, and I just want you to just gently squeeze it, just lightly, 3 times like that. And then I want you to just tear up your bulgogi like that and add the rest to our bowl. Before we add the ingredients, we're gonna add a generous pinch of salt and some black pepper, about a good generous pinch of black pepper. 3 tablespoons of DoenJang. If you don't have DoenJang, you could use all-purpose soy sauce. 1.5 tablespoon of brown sugar. 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. 1 scallion finely minced. And just make sure that the beef mops up all of our marinade. And we need the following vegetables to add to our TtukBaeGi bulgogi. White onions, about 100 grams. 3 slices of carrots, 1 scallion, 2 표고버섯, also known as shiitake mushrooms here in the States. Add 5 cups of water to your TtukBaeGi. Set your heat to high and bring it to boil. And to our pot of water, I have 1 thin slice of Korean radish called mu, and 2 cloves of garlic crushed, 1 scallion, just fold it in half and just dunk it in there. 2 small pieces of dried sea kelp called dashima, and 1 tablespoon of 국간장. If you don't have 국간장, you could use all-purpose soy sauce. And then we're gonna cover with the lid. Turn down your heat to low and let this slowly simmer for just 10 minutes. All right, so it's been 10 minutes and let's take a look. Ooh, look at that. And we're gonna pull out everything from our pot and put it in our bowl like that. All right, so make sure our delicious broth is boiling hot. All right, we're gonna add our bulgogi in here. And to this, we're gonna add our onions. Look at that. So you see this foam, grayish foam? We're gonna scoop it out and we're gonna just drop in our 당면 noodles that we soaked earlier. All right, so it's been a little under 2 minutes at high heat, and we're gonna check to see how our 당면 looks. This looks so good. Love 당면 noodles. So this is ready. So what you wanna do is pull up all the 당면 noodles and kind of try to stack it on top of our bulgogi, because 당면 noodles, once it's cooked, you got to eat it pretty fast or else it gets super bloated. And this is basically done. So we're just literally garnishing it now with the rest of our vegetables like that. And all you want to do at this point is just take a spoon and just pour the broth on top, the mushrooms, squish it down, And to this, all you have to do is just add a tiny drizzle of sesame oil, just like that. Oh, the fragrance, oh, smell-o-vision, I wish you had it. And just a tiny bit of sesame seeds. You don't have to add this if you don't want to. It's optional. And then quickly, you go in and enjoy your noodles. I warned you, you're gonna be drooling. So make sure to check the description box below to watch the full recipe for each of these stews. And make sure to go to youtube.com/modernpepper and click on the playlist tab and select Korean soups and stews for more delicious Korean stews and soups that you want to check out. And I will see you there. I want to thank you for watching today, and if you enjoyed watching today's video, as always, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click on that thumbs up icon and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell and share with your friends and family. 여러분 오늘 재밌게 보셨으면 꼭 좋아하는 버튼과 구독 버튼도 눌러주세요. 다음 영상에서 꼭 뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다. Alright folks, I will see you in one of the videos you see right here. Mm.